Yep. Yes, sir, boys. We did it again. We did another thing. You clicked on the dang video, so you saw it coming. It's not a big surprise, right? Guys, what you're looking at here is 1988 KX500, and yes, this is the second one I now own. I don't care if it's the same year, different years. I want all the KX500s bad. And this one, of course, I mean, you shouldn't be at all surprised, came blowing up. So guys, where did this bike came from? It came from my buddy Ryan. If you guys remember, I'll show you here.
Well, what do we think?
Yeah, that didn't last very long.
It got way too stinking hot and just went full meltdown on top of the piston. So this time we went with a Wasner piston. So having a nice forged piston instead of a cast piston will be a lot stronger. She's ready to come apart, but I think we have everything to get it done. I think we have everything to get fired up. Maybe take it around the block and see if we get a cop to chase us, you know? Throw a couple wheelies on her or something like that. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get prepped, and then we'll get this bottom end in here in no time at all. And the time right now, according to my watch, is 3:05. So we got exactly 3 hours to get this thing done, which shouldn't be a big deal. Like 3 hours for a 2-stroke is nothing. If it's a 4-stroke, it'd be completely different. And yeah, so, all right. Let's put together a blown up dirt bike. You guys didn't tell me that in that last clip, it basically cropped off my entire head. I guess you guys prefer it that way. All right, we got our base gasket on. Let's get this piston on, hopefully without shooting the circlips all over the garage. That's one of my favorite things to do, actually, is it's called Go Find the Circlip. You spend 3 hours, 4 hours looking for circlips. So I like to put one over my lip like I'm back in my high school days. And then wrist pin. What I like to do here, and what you guys should do if you're not already doing it, go over to your premixes, grab a little bit of your premix. So my choice for all these years, 10, 15, I don't know, long time. Reverend Motors. Their Holy Smoke 2-stroke formula is my absolute favorite. It's from dudes in Southern California, the brothers. And they absolutely love the sport. They love the people of the sport. And they make some of the best oils you would never even imagine from literally just some brothers in Southern California. If you're interested, though, definitely check out Reverend Motors on Instagram. And also on their website. They got a Shopify too, where you can buy all their premixes and stuff. And I'm telling you, because I know, ran this stuff for a long time. If you like Blenzol and like clots, then you'll love this stuff. So I'm starting out with the wrist pin on the opposite side of the piston. Yes, I just put them in by finger. It's kind of like one of my sideshows that I do is, you know, wrist clip insertion by finger. Oh, I am missing my top end bearing. Need that. I'll find that out real quick. Like, hey, need that. Thought I didn't have it for a second. Whew. All right. So I'm gonna oil this up. This wrist pin bearing is a little bit. Can you see it on the cameras? Just gonna kind of taking little dabs of oil, just smearing it on there. And I'm gonna put it just in the top end of the connecting rod there. And then got my wrist pin with a little bit of that Reverend premix on there, and oh, the smell of this stuff is amazing too. So we're gonna just start it right here. Yep, making sure I put the wrist pin clip on the correct side, because then I'd have to move everything to the other side, and I don't want to do that. All right. These are long rods on these 500s too. Wow. What long rods you have. Don't. Stay out of the comments. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, even though I consider myself a little bit of an expert with putting in wrist pins, I'm not too proud to go ahead and throw a little rag over the bottom end just to make sure that on my next insertion it doesn't fly into the bottom ends, because I have done so many top ends, guys, where you think you're above it, you think that you're on top of the world, nothing could stop you, and then a wrist pin clip goes flying into the bottom end. So, yep, we're gonna take our time. Snap this thing in, just like, come on, oh, there it goes. There, she's seated all the way in. So, even though we took the extra precaution, it was worth it for that extra 5 seconds or whatever it took to go ahead and get the correct, you know, guard to keep those things from flying to the bottom end. Right? Okay, arrows facing forward towards the exhaust. That's how you like it. That's how you're gonna need it. Just look at this. Look at this. Brand new. Wasner, you guys are the best. You guys are the freaking best. Bob over there, I appreciate you so much. And then, all right, now we can put our rings on. Believe it or not, these rings are not completely flat. A lot of people maybe don't know this, but piston rings are not completely flat. They're actually slightly dished, concaved, you know, whatever. And you want that facing correctly in the bore. All right, so there's a bottom ring going in. There you go. The N facing up. So for the Wasners, the letter N goes facing up. Same thing with the top ring. This thing gonna be running in no time, boys and girls. The only thing that I'm like a little concerned about is the carburetor. I have no idea the state of her, if she's all clogged up, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna go ahead and send it without even checking. I don't know. Not that smart, but we could run it. Okay. So now we can slappy do our cylinder on, which, let's be honest, that's exciting. All right, now let's get this cylinder on and hopefully don't look like a complete squid trying to struggle getting this thing on. So I got the cylinder all kind of prepped already. I timed my Kips valve the best that I could. I'm just swedging a little bit of premix into the bore. Not too much, just a lot, you know? Okay. Think happy thoughts. Rings stay over your dowels. Now I do, me personally, I like to put on cylinders without the intake manifold on, so I can check and make sure that afterwards that those rings are correctly in their grooves. Whew, easy. Super, super easy. All right. Yep. Okay, so the rings are not in the wrong spot, meaning they're still over the centering pins. So hooray for that. And also too, you would kind of know the cylinder wouldn't go on very easy, and you definitely, like, I have no nuts on the cylinder right now. There'd be a lot of grabbing going on in the cylinder, but this feels great. 2 strokes, guys. 2 strokes. Simplicity, performance, just pure fun. We are closing in on the ring ding ding portion of this video. I'm gonna cut out a little bit of putting in the carburetor and such, just because that's just more of a struggle than I like to show. And to be honest, you guys have probably been up that road before and know how much it sucks. So I am behind the camera right now getting some gaskets out. And back here where you guys can't see intentionally, I have a bike I can't wait to show you. I literally can't wait to show you. It is probably the rarest CR500 for sure I've ever had. It's for sure the rarest I've ever seen, and for sure one of the coolest. And that will be coming up in a future episode. So these are the gaskets, these gnarly composite gaskets. But let's see, there is a top and a bottom to these. Just checking real quick. That's the one. All right, we're gonna get this thing pasted on there. Cylinder looks good. I cleaned that. I was gonna say off camera. Just got all the gasket material off of it. Got it looking sweet. It's clean. Just like that right there. And for some reason there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bolts for this cylinder head. I don't know. Kawasaki's like, we need lots of bolts to hold back the compression. You know, of course that's just how I imagined it went down at Kawasaki all those years ago. Well, your guys have been going at this hard, so let me just kind of get you up to speed. The motor's all 100% mounted. I was able to scrounge together some hardware, get the motor mounted. Tested spark, which it worked before. Why wouldn't it work now? We got spark. Hooked up my clutch. Put some water in it. Carburetor's all hooked up. Sounds like the throttles. So that's one thing. If you guys check, make sure that you hear that snap of your carburetor throttle slide closing. I've had it happen once before, and that's all it took. One time where that thing was not shutting, and when that bike started, it went on a brand new top end. Not good. So anyways, pretty much got everything down. I got to do a chain. Gosh, what am I forgetting? Exhaust. That's what's next. So let's go ahead and do that, because tell you what, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. I really hate that I said it that way. The nitty gritty. Got this FMF we'll put on there. No, FMF, they make good pipes. Drop it down in the comments. I'm kind of curious to hear from you guys. Do you prefer Pro Circuit, FMF, or other brand? Tell me about the other brand, because I've tried some others too, like Huga. Love Huga. There's a lot of brands out there that I definitely like, and I'd like to hear from you guys what your favorite pipe brand is. I'm indifferent. I kind of like them all for different things, just depending on what I'm using the bike for. A lot of people swear by FMF. A lot of people swear by Pro Circuit. And like I said, for me, it just largely depends on what I'm doing with the bike. If I'm racing tracks, I'm racing desert, my not racing, in which case you just put on the stock one. You know, what am I doing with it? That kind of largely depicts what I pick. I've heard FMF on some bikes is slower, and I've also heard Pro Circuit on other bikes is slower. You know, it's kind of like that age-old debacle. So you guys gotta let me know in the comments. You probably already have. Which exhaust manufacturer for two-stroke? So yes, I mean, a lot of you guys are gonna say, oh, Yosh. I know. I wish Yosh made two-stroke pipes though. That'd be sweet. But they don't. But we need to start a petition to get Yosh Mir to start making some two-stroke pipes. That'd be amazing. Or a petition to get Bill's pipe to start making some 500cc pipes. That would be a petition I'd get behind. All right. We are getting closer, boys and gargoyles. Let me kind of muscle all this stuff together, get the exhaust muffler on, all the pipe springs, because that's going to be a struggle. Then I think it'll be about time to start it. Well, so she's all together, like all together, except I'll show you guys here in a second. But there is a San Andreas size crack. There's a San Andreas size crack in the gas tank, and I went to go fill it up, and it literally went everywhere. So I need to get a gas tank. But luckily, my buddy Anthony at AM Evo MX, Anthony Moore Evo MX, he sells the 88, 89 KX500 gas tanks that I really like. It's kind of a lower profile gas tank, so we'll get one of those ordered from him. So while the thing was running gas all over the garage floor, I did remember at least to turn on the petcock. So let's see if we can at least get this thing to pop over, you know, until the bowl runs out. So, I mean, it's not the ending I wanted. I wanted to go ride it around and pop some wheelies, but let's at least hear it run. Woo, baby, she's got compression. Ooh, she wants it. Oh yeah, she wants it. Oh, hang on. A lot of assembly lube in there. She's gonna be a little flooded at first for sure.
Heck yeah, guys, listen to that. So, yeah, we're gonna have to fix that gas tank soon because I want to go ride this thing. Now the bowl's starting to get lean. I'm going to turn off there because when the bowl starts to get lean like that, yeah, it can lead to
Engine damage. We don't want engine damage after doing all that work. But yeah, when they start to run out lean like that, we don't want to do that. So she runs good, sounds good, smells amazing. I mean, if you guys can see the smoke vision in here, the smell from that Reverend premix is phenomenal. So guys, at least we got another running 500 in the shop garage, whatever. So I'm super stoked about that. So I'm gonna source a gas tank for this pig because yeah, that thing's got a giant crack in it. And we're gonna get some riding on this thing. Riding season is finally upon us. It's been a hot, long summer, full of a lot of lake days and hiking, which has been nice, but now it's time to switch things to dirt over here where we're at anyway. And until the snow gets here at least. And then we'll do some snow wheeling too. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for just hanging out in the shop with me today and working on bikes together. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure to use the Rocky Mountain link down in the description to order any parts that you need. It supports the channel. It's kind of like a tip, if you will, for me, like saying, hey, like the video, I bought my parts using your link. Super appreciate that, guys. Other than that, I'm going to start cleaning up and yeah, get a hold of Anthony Moore and order a gas tank because wow, that thing is bad. It's a big crack. Don't know how that happened, but it sucks. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.